You know my driveway is really, really rough. But anyways, we got a rare occurrence about to happen. Wow. When I say a rare occurrence, I mean a rare occurrence on this farm. It's actually kind of not early. It's almost 9 o'clock, and I was doing some things. I got a cop coming up behind me, but I don't think he's going to get me for filming because, you know, he's behind me, not in front of me. I got Binkley and Hurst coming to the farm. I have a propulsion problem with my Case windrower, and I'm pretty sure it's one of the not proportioning valves, not a proximity sensor. It's one of the sensors anyway, and that's my father. He's going with bales, 4x4, or yeah, 4x4s. Anyway, they're coming to put it on a computer because these sensors are a couple of $100 a piece, and we're not even sure if it is the sensor that is the problem. What we are sure of is that there is a problem. We know that the oil level is fine in the hydraulics. We know a lot of things, but I don't have a computer program or even a cable to hook it up to a computer to find out what the real issue is. So anyway, I'll meet you over at the farm. I got my dad in front of me. Check this out. He's just going along with the 6210R, and this idiot behind him had plenty of chances to get around, but didn't do it. Okay, so there's Mr. Tim in the limelight. The limelight. Yeah, he's a movie star. They's gonna put him in the movies. Not really. Possibly. Oh hell, he's in the Homer Simpson movie. He's main star. Sometimes Tim reminds me of Homer J. Simpson. So anyway, let me back in there before I'm done. All right, so this is the 6210R. Was just in here. Up until about 20 minutes ago, I did not know there was a problem with the 6210R, but we did get it corrected. It was very simple. We're going to need to I'm going to put this battery on the charger. Oh no, you've got one on. This is a good one. This goes in the tool truck. Anyways, the 6210, my dad, he's like, I've been having problems with two pieces of equipment. If I could just talk into this camera. Here. The 7530 and the Case windrower were both down. Case windrower, I've had Binkley and Hurst here for 2 days working on it. Tim's going home. So anyways, Binkley and Hurst has been here for 2 solid days working on it and still hasn't gotten it fixed. These windrowers, when they go into a calibration, at least the Case and the New Hollands do, when they go into a calibration, if a calibration fails, the machine will not run. It will run, but it will not move. It'll just go propulsion fault, and it just doesn't work. Hey, Tim! Tim! Go pick up Grant! So anyway, they won't go. So yesterday morning when he came, we did some testing, went through the testing of the, what do you call them? Pucks? Pucks. They're the, I don't know, the propulsion sensors, but they have a fancy name for them. Anyway, went through the pucks. They came out okay according to the screen. Shit. Hold on 1 second. That's a grunt. Okay, let me answer that real quick. Yes. Okay, Tim's coming down to get you. Just park it there in the big field at the top there. All right, bye. Okay, so those tested out okay. That was Grant, and he's done mowing. Those tested out okay, and he's just been fighting with it. There was a coil that came up weak, and that was a little bit of a nightmare because yesterday he got the coil, or called yesterday, had the coil this morning, came and changed the coil, and he's gotten it to go through that system, but now he's thinking there's this sensor up on the top, or the ECU, engine control unit or machine unit, whatever, engine control module, ECM, ECU. If they don't get If that switch doesn't fix it, then it's an ECU or ECM. So, yesterday, Timothy calls me, yesterday morning, Timothy calls me and says that the 7530 is not working correctly. Well, the 7530 needs to be working correctly. I can't have that not working correctly. So, we brought it in here and we worked at it for a while, a long while, and it was just being an asshole. That's all I could say, is just being an asshole. Throwing 25 different codes, like all of a sudden, 25 codes. And then you go through and you look at the codes and they're all identical, repetitive codes under different controllers. And then last night, I came in after messing with the case a little bit with the guy, Justin. He seems like a really good guy. He knows what he's doing. He's frustrated too. He gets paid regardless. But anyway, I come in and then it's not reading any of the codes. So me and Cody worked on the thing, and we went and looked through the internet, and we found that there's these things called CAN bus terminators. CAN bus terminators, all right? So the machine has 4. The 7530 has 4 CAN bus terminators, and yeah, one of them, this one right here, and I'm hoping maybe you can see this. Well, you can see it if I hold it this way. This is the one that's up by the radiator at the end of that. You have one at the SCVs, one at the radiator that controls the ECM. And there's 2 in between. So we're looking at the internet, and I'm like, well, you know what? If I call John Deere on this thing, it is going to be like $600 for them to come out and look at the tractor. Run it, put it on a computer. It's going to cost me $600. That's what it costs. It's ridiculously expensive. They're almost an hour and a half away, or an hour. They're about an hour and 20 minutes away, an hour and 20 minutes each way. Just might as well say it's 3 hours worth of driving, and however long he's here, it's $600. Every time he comes out and just takes something off and takes it back to shop or diagnoses something, it's $600. So anyways, the internet says it was these CAN bus terminators, and one guy says, look, just change them all. Because if you don't change them all, you're going to be changing one, and then when it does it again, then you're going to find the next one. Just change them all and be done with it. So this morning I called Deere Country, and for, what were these, $70 a piece? So 70 times 4, 7 7 14, $280 I got 4 of these CAN bus terminators. Okay, put the CAN bus terminators in. Had to tear the interior of the cab apart to get to one, and by the fuse panel there's another one, and then there's the one at the front and the one at the SCVs at the back. So did it, decided, okay, I'm gonna go. Okay. Get out the driveway, halfway out the driveway, and beep, 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 beep. This thing goes nuts. Like, what the hell? Stop. You've got too hot of intake inlet air. So the air that's coming off the cleaner is hot. Didn't make sense to me at all. So that threw a bunch of codes. Check the codes, inlet pressure, then it's telling me, or inlet temperature, then it's telling me that there's an exhaust gas pressure sensor that is bad. My tractor doesn't have that. Doesn't have it. It doesn't have it. So it wasn't that. So I thought, you know what I'm going to do? Because I got all these other issues going on, there's other issues going on, and I'm not sure exactly what they are. I'm just going to change the fuel filters. So I pull the fuel filters off, dump them out. They seem clean, like not bad at all. I was getting black smoke when I mashed the pedal. It had defueled, so it wasn't, I had to clear the codes after that. Well, I put the new filters in, drove up the driveway. No more screaming red lights telling me that this thing is going to cook. So, okay, got that problem straightened out. Then it tells me, when I got that problem straightened out, then it tells me the real problem. It says, the interface, the operator interface has come disconnected. Check cable. All right. So I get on the phone. Thank God for smartphones. Anybody that doesn't have a smartphone, just get a smartphone if you want to get any work done. Either that. I have an iPad, but William has taken it over. Teresa uses it. For him, he's on these learning programs, which are really nice because he's learning stuff quick. But anyways, the iPad, I usually use the iPad because it's a lot faster and I don't have to like miniature scroll this thing on my iPhone 10. No big deal. So I go to that and it says check cable. So, all right, well, where in the hell is this cable? So I go to parts, find the part, the interface controller, the operator interface controller, and it showed me on the tractor where to look for this part. So I'm like, okay, Tim, where is this? He says, oh, that's back behind the fuse box. Okay, no problem. Pull that panel off. There it is. A little bit of dirt in there, not much. Dust, I would say, not much, a little dust. Got my knife in there and picked up on the little release, and then I was able to take my fingers and slide it up, take it off. They were clean, put it all back together, slid it back down, sent Timothy out. Usually it would make it to the end of the driveway. The farthest I was able to get was down to the hay pile, but I couldn't come back, and it would do it. And bada bing, bada boom, no more problems. So we've got the problems solved. Now, did these problems start because of these? I don't know. Did the fuel system become more sensitive because of that operator interface miscommunication? I lost all CAN bus yesterday, and when it cooled off, like this morning it was pretty cool and the engine was cooled off, I started it up, everything worked, which is kind of normal for that to happen because things contract. When they get hot, they expand and move away from everything. So anyways, whatever. I took it apart, put it back together again, and now I've got what I need. Everything's working. No codes on the 7530. Fixed. I call my dad, tell him, hey, yeah, got this thing fixed. The case, not fixed, but the John Deere 7530, he says, oh, 6210R just threw a whole bunch of screaming, yelling codes at me, and I just parked it. I'm like, okay, thanks, Dad. You know, you're supposed to tell me these things when they happen, not like when I'm excited I got one fixed. So the nice thing with the 6210R, 6215R, or, you know, this is 6210R, there's both of these basically the same tractor, just one's a little newer. The operator interface is touch screen, whereas the 7530 I got to push a bunch of buttons and scroll the wheel. So the 6210R I go click, bump, 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 get to it, check the codes, codes come up. It's low on antifreeze coolant. So put the coolant in, I had the right stuff. Something Cool 2, John Deere Ultra Cool 2 or whatever it is. Put that in there, looked at the codes, cleared the codes. Codes went away, no more, nothing was active, fixed. Turn on the lights, beep, 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 thing goes crazy again. What the hell's wrong? It tells me there's a light bulb out. So I just backed it in, me and Timothy. Pulled the light bulb out, changed the light bulb. Now it's got all the turn signals. It was a tail light. It even told me which one it is. So all the tractors are ready to go to the field tomorrow. WD 2303 case is going to be a little while, but we still got the Hydro Swing mower, which I had the hydraulic cylinder fixed a week ago or so, a week and a half ago, and the John Deere, which is working wonderfully. Knock on wood. I'll knock on that. But anyway, I'd just like to say thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And those are the troubles that we're having for the day. I do not have any footage of the WD 2303 because, you know, these dealers really don't want to be on film. And I don't blame them. They don't want to be on film. And I don't want to film them. To be quite honest with you, when you stick a camera in a guy's face, it makes them really upset and nervous. So we're not doing that. But anyway, gotta go. See ya.